Hi, Soul Tribe. Thank you for joining me. I'm so happy to be back from vacation and to see all of you guys here, or I should say, to feel all of you guys here. So, today, this will be a general reading for the collective. I can see Noella had a question. We will be doing not just yet, because my voice is a little bit strained from being away and having so much fun and chatting a lot. But I shortly will be doing Q&A in the next coming weeks as well. And I do have, speaking of new shows and things, let me just pop up this. I do have a show coming up that you guys might be interested in, and it will be this one here. So, Quest to Optimize Health. So, this will be a really good show with Tobias and with Jed, and I can't wait to bring it to you. It'll be on my Australian Friday, which will be your Thursday evening. And I think it's 11 a.m. It'll be on Australian time, which might be 9 p.m. I'm guessing, or 8 p.m. New York time zone, Canadian time zone. But before we get into it for today, I just want to remind you for general read. Oh, this is the general reading. So if you want an in-depth reading, you can jump on over to solreta.com and you'll see all of my bookings available over there, as well as the beautiful Soul Alchemy Potions. I am actually drinking the Vision Quest today. I felt like a very relaxing kind of cozy vibe of chamomile and lotus and the blue butterfly. Gosh, feels like a Mercury retrograde butterfly pea. So with that one, you will find that here, and you'll see it actually, this is the beautiful color of it. I've got a little bit more chamomile, I think, that is in mine today. So it's got a tiny bit of a green tinge. There is a secret to this one. So if you put 1 to 2 drops of lemon in this, it will actually turn into an indigo potion. So it is actually magic, which is really fun. And what you will find on Soul Alchemy Potions is I've got the details up for our new moon in Cancer, which will be, details are down here. I think it was the 25th over here in Australia and the 24th if you're in the US or Canada. So let's get into today. And yeah, I can see everyone here. So nice to be live with you guys. Thank you. I had so much fun. And I've got a little video clip to show you that some of you may have seen already. Let me pop this up just to share. This was just on my Facebook page, and it won't have sound to it because sometimes YouTube likes to ban things when you put sound. So I've just clicked off on the sound for now. So let me just show you a little taste of what we experienced away. And this was up in Cairns, which is the top part of Australia or top part of Queensland. And this was Cape Tribulation, Mosman Gorge, and Cooper's Creek. Let me just play this one for you. So this is a beautiful guide that we had, Aaron, from, I think it was Walkabout Cultural Tours. Highly recommend it if you guys go up there. So my partner and I had so much fun learning about the different bush foods, learning about the different medicines. That medicine's actually for toothaches. And you can see they've got fruit ripening cages so the animals don't get to it. And you can just see it's tropical, lush rainforest. So it's just beautiful. And it's one of the oldest rainforests in the world. In fact, it is the oldest. It's just smaller than what they have in South America, and just rich with life. Every little square inch that you look, there's either like ants or bugs or plants. It was just so rich. And you can see the gorgeous landscape. We did hear some crocodile stories. So you do have some of the crocodiles will come out onto the beach through the river systems. And I don't think I've posted it on some of the things yet. It's definitely posted separately on Facebook, little videos of the water. So you'll get to see how, some of the waterfalls run. You'll get to see water from the ocean. That's all on Facebook. I haven't uploaded it onto the other platforms. Drinking a coconut that my partner cracked open for me. This is Port Douglas. So I know there's, I think, a couple of people that live up there that might be part of our channel or part of our soul family. So if you haven't been there, the Walkabout Cultural Tour, and the other tour we did was the Daintree Rainforest Tour, and just absolutely incredible. The other thing that I wanted to share with you guys is, so we are about to go into our winter solstice, which will be here, this little winter symbol, which will be June 21st. So that means you guys on the other side of things will be going into the summer one. So you'll go into summer solstice if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. So that's happening midweek. So beautiful time for an escape as well, or a reset. And I hope you guys are having an amazing summer. Let me just pop this down for a second. Okay, and so lovely. We've got everyone here. Oh, and yes. Oh, there was certain things that we got to taste, and there was one called a noni fruit, and over here we also say noni fruit too. You'll see them in some other places tropically, or you'll see just like they have goji berry juice, you'll see noni juice. So yeah, they were talking about all the amazing things that they can cure. You can't really talk about it on here, as you guys know, but really amazing. Have a look into the Aboriginal use or medicinal use of the noni fruit, Noni, and it smells like blue cheese. So my partner and I ate it, and it's also known as vomit fruit. So I might put together something just so you can see a little bit more on that show, but the fruit was amazing. The pawpaw, the dragon fruit, yellow sapote. We had soursop, which was delicious and also very, very healing as well. And let me just also just make sure we've got everyone. And I think we've got Tim watching the replay. Hello to you. And let me see. Yeah, you know what? I said to my partner when we're up there, I'm like, imagine how amazing it would be to have my soul tribe come and do this trip. So I feel like I was scouting different places and meeting some amazing souls. So maybe perhaps we could do a trip up there one day. I know that you guys would love that adventure. And it really, there's so much beautiful diversity that we have here. Our rainforest down here in the southern part of Australia are very, very different compared to the ones that are up north. So different kind of life, a little bit different, or very different plants as well. So maybe I might have to post some of our local forest to show you the difference, but just teeming with life. So let's get into a little bit of the astrology for this week, and then we will jump into what's happening with the cards. So the crystal for this week is celestial light. And this is one that I feel like I've been using a little bit more lately. It's just such a beautiful one, as well as all the amethyst and the super sevens and a few other stones that I've laid on here this morning over here in Australia. And Vision Quest was the potion. Now, this is to really be open to that intuitive flow, to get the deeper messages that are coming from your soul, as well as to tap into, intuition, dreams and messages. That is Lyra attacking the carpet behind me. The other thing too, I don't have it right here in front of me. We're going to be talking about it on the Friday show with Tobias and Jed, but the vitamin patches that I've been using, the VitaDose. So I actually used the sleep one last night. It works amazing in conjunction with VitaQuest. Even though I was up late, I think I went to bed maybe like around 12:30, I had such a solid sleep and I had really, really amazing dreams. So I can't wait to share all of that with you. Okay. Oh, thank you. Maybe it was being away and eating all that amazing fruit. So let's have a look into this week. So we're going from June 15th, we're going all the way to June 22nd. So this week in particular invites us to dance between the ethereal and the practical. So as we navigate sacred thresholds and powerful planetary shifts, we're entering a deeply reflective, action-orientated period where we align with divine timing and heartfelt intentions and sacred self-care. So this is why I've picked Vision Quest. And I think it's divine timing that we're going to be talking about the Vita patches or the VitaDose patches, talking about health and things coming up as well on that Friday show. And yes, oh my gosh, we need to get like some kind of plan together. That would be incredible for people to meet as well. Oh, and so around through this week, so the start of the week, we're going to have Moon entering Pisces. So on Monday, the Moon will glide into dreamy Pisces. This will be a beautiful time to soften and to surrender into trust. So a time to reconnect with spiritual guidance. Pisces energy encourages us to listen to the whispers of our soul and to remember that intuition is just as valid as logic. Good to use both. So you may find yourself extra sensitive to energies that are around you. So definitely taking care when it comes to boundaries and giving yourself plenty of space, being careful not to get pulled into drama. It's definitely a good time to meditate and to create and to also work with the divine portal, which we have with that. summer and winter solstice as well. So just letting this carry you forward. And I'm just going to have a sip of my potion. So around June 17th, we're going to see Mars enter Virgo. So this will be where we experience a little bit of an energetic shift. So as Mars, the planet of drive, passion, and action, enters earthly, detail-orientated Virgo, this transit brings the flair of Mars into the grounded container. It's no longer about impulsive action, it's about purposeful movement. So we're redefining how we feel about our energy. And it's funny, we were having a discussion with one of the girls this morning, my partner's daughter, who's almost 8, and we were talking about how fruit has energy in it and how we need to take that life force energy or electricity into ourselves. So yeah, it's definitely on the cards this week to really look at what you're doing with this life force energy. I thought it was funny timing that we just brought that up. And oh no, hopefully your order comes soon. They're pretty good, my team, at shipping things out. So I can't wait for you to get your vision quest. And so yeah, Mars in Virgo. It's asking us to clean up our habits, to upgrade our routines, and align with desires and divine service. So just asking yourself, are your actions serving your highest path, or are your desires rooted in ego or essence? So this is definitely a perfect week to declutter, to organize, to tend to your body, thinking about it more in regards to a sacred vessel. Hello, Stephanie. Lovely to have you here. And Tina. And so with this as well, just it's really about making space for what matters. So I know being away is always a good time to reflect on that side of things. For me, it was really looking at, living in a tropical environment compared to cold environment and what my heart's desire wants to work towards for future. So around midweek, we're going to have the moon enter Aries. So this will be more a kind of courageous type energy as well. And with this as well, it brings a burst of energy and motivation and Piscean stillness. After the Piscean stillness. So Aries reminds us that it's okay to act on your inspiration and it's okay to say yes to your passions and to lead with your heart. But remember, Mars is Aries' ruling planet. So it will be in Virgo, which will make us feel like an inner fire is building. And you'll also be guided to move with care, to plan, to take aligned action. So it's not just taking any kind of action for the sake of action. You need to feel into what feels very aligned to you. So sometimes when we have chaos or confusion with this Virgo energy of wanting to please everyone, making sure everyone's taken care of, it can actually be good to really just feel in, drop into like your feeling, drop into your heart, into your gut, into your mind to see what is aligned. So definitely letting your intuition lead and then ground it in practical steps. So around the 20th, we will have the sun enter Cancer. This is that solstice portal time. And with this, we're going to reach one of the most sacred thresholds for the year. So we're going to be going into the winter solstice, and I may also take some photos of a beautiful ceremony that we're going to have with one of my gorgeous friends, Bonnie, who is quite magical. We've got something special planned that she's organized. And if you're in the summer solstice as well, a beautiful time to celebrate that. And I love that feeling of summer solstice, one of my favorite times of the year. So we will have the sun enter Cancer around Friday, June the 20th. So this will be a moment of cosmic toning where the light and dark reach that moment of balance. So it's all about a new cycle beginning. So Cancer season will gently cradle us into emotional waters of the zodiac. And this will be a time to come home to the inner world. So Cancer is ruled by the moon and speaks about mother energy. It speaks to nourishment. It speaks to home. It speaks to memory and to the sacredness of feeling. So this season reminds us that healing isn't just linear, it's the emotions that are teachers. So with this, you might be feeling a little bit more deeply connected to your emotions. And just remember, it is okay to feel them and to not ignore them. Cool. That's awesome, Lorianne. So with this as well, don't ignore the emotions that are coming up. And that's why I'm working with Vision Quest too, because it is one of those ones that's great to help with emotional potency. So it's definitely about honoring your sensitivity, honoring your strength. And just the end of the week around June 21st, which will be when I'm celebrating winter solstice, this will be a week where the moon shifts into grounding energies of Taurus. Yeah, I love Cancer season too. Isn't it beautiful? And with this, offering a beautiful opportunity to root into the physical realm. So after all of that watery emotional energy that we get with Cancer and the intuitive tides of Pisces earlier in the week, Taurus will help us to return to the body, to the breath, and to the beauty of being present in the stillness of the moment. So definitely a wonderful time for self-care rituals, nourishing food. It's a time as an ex-beauty therapist to focus on skincare and things as well. And especially with going into, us for the winter, we need a lot more deeply hydrating, nourishing products. And the same on the other side of the world. If you're going into the dry, hot summers, you need to make sure that you're protecting and nourishing your skin as well. So definitely a wonderful time to slow down. It's a time to let your senses guide you as we get to the end of the week. So if we look at the week as a flow, we've got Piscean flow, Virgonian refinement, Aries boldness, Cancerian bringing up emotions and things. And then we've got the grounding of Taurus at the end of the week. So overall, if we look at the week being a melodic kind of flow, we're going to cycle through feeling like going with the flow, really like nailing and aligning what it is that we feel deeply connected to and what we want to do going forth. And that Aries kick will give us the boost to do that as well. So let this be a soft recalibration, a return to what truly matters. And this will help you really to connect to that voice deep within as well. And yet, a lot of us have Cancerian friends, that is for sure. There's such beautiful, soulful friends. And let me know where you guys have Cancer. I have a Cancer midhaven. Let's get into the cards and have a look what's on the cards for the week ahead. And let me know how your previous week was. How did you guys travel through last week? I feel like when you're on vacation, it's so different to being at home in terms of like how things are kind of coming up for you. So I just had the most blissful time away and adventure. I said yes to everything, especially when we were on the walkabout cultural tour. Anyone want to try? And then my hand was up. I was like, yes, before it could even be finished. So it was a really exciting, adventurous week. So let's have a look into what Spirit wants to show us for this week ahead. Okay. So we have 4 cards here. I'll fill into these before we flip them over. So what I'm seeing at the moment is definitely paying attention to dreams. I'm also feeling this energy of quietening or stilling out the mind and listening to the heart is what Spirit's showing me tune into for this week. The other thing that I'm also feeling is not only Spirit, but our ancestors coming in. And I'm feeling like a smoothing kind of, how would I say, like a stroking of energy around and supporting us. So I'm feeling that come through to help guide and nurture us through the week. Let's flip these cards over. Yes, definitely heart chakra energy through last week as well. And definitely you'll find it still coming up with some of the energy that we're tapping into with Pisces and Cancer for the week. And Mother Earth appreciates unconditional love. That's so true. I definitely was sending that out to her being away in one of her gorgeous creations. So we have the card of the Fool. So this is to kind of jump into this. Awesome. Happy birthday, girls. So we've got the card of the Fool. You guys know that I talk about this being Alice in Wonderland, and it's about jumping in. And it was exactly what I was describing about just like tasting things and experiencing different things. So when we relate this back to this being related to Vedic astrology, it's that sign of Rohini, which is Taurus. And with this, she's sensorial. She likes to just taste things like Alice in Wonderland. So it's, it's drinking the potion, seeing what happens. Are you going to grow tall? You're going to grow small. So we have this kind of energy that's taking us more into this leadership. So we have the Emperor energy, and this is also that Aries energy that we were talking about moving into as well. Awesome. You've seen a lot of cardinals. Perfect. Oh, we saw, if you've seen it on Facebook, you would have seen the giant cassowaries, which are, I think, almost the size of the emus. They're like the 3rd largest bird in the world. They're these big blue birds that are actually pretty dangerous if you get in the wrong side of them. So I might post that individually up onto YouTube as well. But yeah, so we have this kind of feeling of naivety and then a graduation almost the next day, instantaneously moving into this Emperor energy. So, as we said before, also with the Virgo energy and with alignment, this is sort of that energy of trying things out, experiencing, and like really being into go with the flow. And it's like, all right, I like this, I don't like this is not for me. And we see a Prince of Wands. So there's almost like an energy of reinvention. There's Leo, there's Phoenix rising from the ashes energy. So this is to make that commitment to move forward to something, or even energetically to kind of try it out. And we also have the Six of Cups. So this is Scorpio and Sun energy. And with this too, we see sometimes a little bit more choices. We also see like things coming up to do with inner child. This is also connecting with the ancestor energy that I talked about before. But for me, when I read this from a galactic point of view, it's tapping into timeline versions of us. So where we said before, it's an alignment. It's almost like with exploring or touching into these energies, we're standing or sensing the different energies of the different timelines and what it is that feels more aligned with us. So if we're noticing that our reality is reflecting lower timelines or drama or different things, it's to make a conscious choice to separate as much as we can from that and to tap into creating that emotion and the feeling and connection and the gratitude of that reality, or that kind of cosmic step into what it is that you would more feel is aligned for your best and highest good. So let's get some Star Tarot cards. And it seems like we have a few soul family birthdays around this time of year, right near solstice. Yes, Emma, that is so spot on. So it's almost like we're choosing or refining what it is that we wish to be really anchoring down. And also, things are coming in, like your intuition at the moment. Oh, so weird side note. So yesterday and the last few days, I was thinking maybe I need to get roadside assistance to do with my car. I just had this feeling like something was going to happen. Anyway, last night, when my car was broken down, luckily out the front of family's house, I had to do roadside assistance. Like, damn it, I should have listened to my intuition. So I got to ride in a tow truck last night. But weird side story is the guy was really into more kind of like the ancient structures. So, like what was it, Graham Hancock series on Netflix and that. So we had an amazing chat for about an hour last night on the like around midnight, going back in this tow truck. And I just felt like, even though sometimes things can happen that are not ideal, the universe will sometimes still bring in, those beautiful connections. And so it was a really expansive chat. I had so much fun in the end. And I can see Lorianne saying as well, yes, telepathic intuitive thoughts are ramping up. Ah, interesting. You had warnings around cars yesterday. Okay, so the cards that we have, yeah, it'll get sorted, not to worry. And we've got Three of Cups. So, and I think the universe always looks out for us if we do pay, soft attention to things, or we can look at the upside in a negative situation. So I'm like, once my car had done that, it was still going. It was just the engine light coming on. But I was in front of family's house. So I'm like, okay, could have been much worse. So we have the Three of Cups. So I do feel this is connecting. For me, this is the witches reuniting, which is what my plans are for the week, doing some witchy things with my friends for solstice. We have the Knight of Wands and adjustment. So getting together, like if you are doing some kind of solstice practice, it may bring up, old emotions, or maybe, I know over here for winter, a lot of the time we'll do burning rituals. So it's like writing things down that you wish to let go of. And I know with my gorgeous friends, we've also done an ice melting ritual as well, where you put that intention of what it is that you wish to let go of, and you let that melt within the ice. And when I did that, mine literally melted within seconds because I had already started to let go of it. So let me know if you guys have got any rituals planned for this. But I do see that this is helping us to adjust to things. And you know that the Knight of Wands is my Tony Robbins card. So it's really looking into how do we uncreate what's got us stuck or fixed in the past version of self. What is it that story-wise we're still replaying or articulating and bringing up, whether it's in conversation or even like within thoughts, really looking at how you can adjust, tap in and feel into new timelines. So we have Six of Wands, which for me is another timeline card. This is also about victory and celebration. It's also Leo energy too. So how can we start to step into that other version of self with leadership? Let me see if there's anything else Spirit would like us to look into with my black and white deck. That is such great advice. We've been doing the same and with our feet in the ocean. So we have the Star card. We have the positive change, Two of Discard. We have the Fool card. I love this. And we have Three of Swords. We have the Mother of Wands. Oh, and they want one more. We have the Daughter of Cups. So with this, the advice from Spirit this week is the Star card. So this is an embodiment of hope. This is an embodiment of knowing that you already have that divinity that's connected and streaming through from a higher self. And that it's about anchoring that. It's about anchoring who you were born to be down into the earth realm. And with this card of positive change, Capricorn and Jupiter energy. So it really is about that growth and expansion. And we can see here this figure 8 almost looks a little bit like a slingshot type energy. So I do feel this is starting to oscillate and vibrate in which one do we want to be in, which choice. And I always talk about this being like a portal that's open. And when we see that window of opportunity, it's running for it and anchoring that. So we're doing that through a little bit more adventure and exploration with the card of the Fool. We do see a Three of Swords. So please be really careful. Watch your words with things that could come up or with conversation. And with Three of Swords, this is sometimes like where we feel that someone has done us wrong, or there's been like a feeling of betrayal or backstabbing. And as Lorianne said too, karma is rubber banding. So yeah, just be really careful, be really mindful. This is also Libra energy as well. So it's also about keeping that balance. We have Mother of Wands. So I do feel that we transcend that, but it's if you are feeling swords and things in, this is about boundaries, as we said with some of the astrology too. And definitely a time, as Rainbow Sun said, to make that choice in the direction that we wish to go. So yeah, Mother of Wands, this is also about becoming fearless. So remember, with any change or any kind of movement in a different direction, sorry guys, hold on a sec. So with any change or movement in another direction, this card is a beautiful reminder. I always look at the Princess of Wands when the Queen of Wands comes up, because sometimes we can be in doubt. We can be in this, I don't know if I'm ready to jump onto that path. I don't know if I'm ready to reach those new heights or to start that new job or to enter into the dating world or, new relationship, whatever it is that's coming up for you guys. With this Mother of Wands, she shows up for us to be just fearless, to be like, if I could have it all, what would that look like? And with that, she has that sunshine out of her. She has that magnetic, radiant aura. She fully trusts her gifts and intuition. She's not in people pleasing. She's not in self-doubt. And if we look to the Princess of Wands, she is playing that story of, if I make that decision, how are other people going to think? What would this mean from, there's a lot of outside kind of observation and walking on eggshell energy. So with this is actually your chance this week to do away with those old stories, to do away with having to make sure that everyone else is comfortable. And we have a Daughter of Cups. So there's going to be things that you get when you're in this alignment energy. It's almost like we've got one step coming up. You guys anchor that, the next one's going to be given. So with Daughter of Cups energy, this is also about there's some things that maybe only you can see that others don't have the plans to. So if you're getting, downloads, or you're getting ideas and what you want for your future, and you know that someone's not going to be supportive of it, or you understand if perhaps they might say things that are negative. And Three of Swords. So with this is a collective reading, Therese. So we do have sometimes where we do live Q&As, so do make sure to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss these. But I do have private bookings available in the description box below on solreta.com. So with this, and thank you for joining us. You're in such a beautiful space with all these gorgeous people here. So with this Three of Swords energy, it usually traditionally you'll see it go through the heart, and it's in the other deck, in the Thoth deck, it actually is more around throat chakra area. So really just watching how people are speaking to you, how you're speaking to others too. But yeah, this looks like a great invitation to step into a higher version of us. But I feel like there's almost like a bit of sadness in doing away with the old versions of us, and old connections and things. Let's have a look for a little Oh, thank you. So sweet, Larry. All right, let's have a look and see what other advice Spirit can give to us from the Mythios deck. And definitely, very strong, spontaneous, purposeful downloads have come out of nowhere. I've had the same thing. And all I can say is, even aside from being away for the 6 nights that we were away, life has actually felt like an adventure. So I think we can tend to look at things, like me having a tow truck adventure yesterday. I could have easily been in such a bad mood about it and really just like, oh my gosh, like what an inconvenience, or, think about the cost and everything. But I chose to look at it as an adventure. I got to ride in a tow truck for the first time, talk to some amazing, beautiful people from different countries, and have a little bit of an adventure that's something out of the norm. So it's all about like how we're framing things as well. Awesome. Yeah, definitely. We need grounding this week for sure. When it comes to the end of the week, especially, it's to have all these ideas and the flow that we're talking about to be grounded. So I have 7 cards come out of the Mythios. So we have something about divine timing. So remember, this is advice in how to navigate for this week. And we have Queen of Wands and 3 of Cups again. So what we see is the Temperance energy. And with this, it's that Mars and Venus kind of like tempering. We're in this dreamy space is what Spirit's talking about. And it's this energy of, I'm just going to feel into this for a moment and see how this feels. I'm going to feel into that and see how that feels. Then we have this energy. Remember that the kings are more active and the queens are a little bit more passive. So with this, you get that insight, or you'll get that feeling of like, this is the movement, or the path that I need to take. Hello, Ben. I was just up near your part of the world, a little bit further up than you, but I was thinking of you while I was up there. What a gorgeous part you live in. So with this too, oh, Larry, awesome. Definitely everyone pay attention to dreams at the moment. So with that, we're going to have a 9 of coins. So I do see that there is Spirit focusing on growth, abundance. 9 of disc is also the card of gain too. Thank you, Emma. So sweet. I always forget to say that. Oh, PJ, aren't you a beautiful soul? Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. I really appreciate that. So this being Virgo and Venus energy as well, this is actually about choosing highest excitement. This energy that we've got come up throughout all of the cards, it's not about getting like weighed down into dreary energy, things that disappoint, things that's like the energy of I have to. This is actually about choosing things that are more to do with highest excitement. This is also a card that is aligned to, your soul tribe. For me, it's a very soul card. Soul tribe card. And then the Queen of Wands, as we spoke about before. Now, remember, she has that pine cone in the Thoth deck on the end of her wand. So she already sort of has that sense. It's like her pineal gland being already out there in the world. Oh, you guys are so gorgeous. I love reading your comments. So think about this week, your intuition, living with your pineal gland outside of you. That's the vision that Spirit's showing me with this Queen of Wands energy. So yeah, definitely there's a window of psychic attunement that's different. Highly recommend doing vision quest, just to sort of keep tuning in or tapping in, or you may even want to do blue lotus as well, or mugwort or sage tea. And the next one that we have is Three of Cups. So there's definitely a call to get together with others to work and enhance this energy. We do have a Four of Cups. So there could still be some unexpected things. This is also about making sure that you're taking care of health with Four of Cups as well. Oh, Therese, yes, we do. So the crystal I'm working with for this week is the celestial light. So all about like throat chakra, especially because we need to be careful this week with what it is that we're saying, but it's also about healing. This is also about connecting with the celestial realms. I think I forgot to mention that before. So thank you for reminding me. But yeah, Four of Cups energy. This is also more kind of about balance, but it's often the favorite deck that explains this the best would be Kuan Yin sitting on the lotuses in the Star Tarot, and she's meditating, and the three lotuses are in front, and she only sees three lotuses. There's something in the back that she hasn't seen. And in most of the cards, it comes from that hand of God, or you see the hand pop out of the clouds. So there's something that we haven't perhaps seen that this week will pop up into our awareness. So with this, it's going to come into full awareness because we have the card of the sun. So we know that this is things that are not, oh my gosh, Ben. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's catch up on the phone. So that is so exciting. Congratulations. Very, very, yay. Oh my gosh. Can't wait to chat to you. Awesome. So yeah, with this sun card as well, whatever it was that's sort of been hidden or things that we haven't quite seen, we're definitely by the end of the week, there's a feeling of, oh, I didn't think of it that way. Or there's this energy of, with the Four of Cups, also like things or people's intentions or things that we perhaps didn't know also being exposed. This is so beautiful. Soul family celebrating. Aw, Lorianne, that is sweet. Thank you. So let's see if there's anything else Spirit would like us to look into. Oh my gosh, I just have to tell you also, one of the stories that Aaron from the Cultural Tours talked about, now I'm probably not pronouncing this right, I think it was Gingy. He talked about, because I asked the question about Bigfoot and Sasquatch, because I'm like, what would my soul tribe want me to ask about? Anyway, he said that they have more kind of like, there's little fellas that they have, which would probably come up to about hip height. So with my partner, he's a little bit taller than 6 foot. And he said, he goes, they would stand about your hip height. And so these guys live in the rainforest up in the top of Queensland. So yeah, I thought you guys would be interested to hear that. But let me see if there is any other oracle deck or anything like that. We will do the fairy deck, I think. So let me know if you guys have solstice plans. Oh, thank you. Awesome. It's always hard to know how to pronounce things sometimes. So let me have a look. This one is the Forest Fae. And we know that we've had this actual being show up in the background here. Someone took a screenshot of that for me one time when they showed up. So the card that we have is the Spell Singer, cast spells of wonder and delight. And this just reminds me of the magic of solstice, especially here where we're going to be having a cold, dark night on our winter solstice. So definitely have a look at what it is that you would like to bring in with this change of seasons where that dark meets the light. And yeah, I will see you guys on Friday. We will have the show. Let me just pop this up again as a little reminder. So jump on over to YouTube if you haven't subscribed, hit that little notification bell, and you guys are going to love this show. So Tobias and Jed are really lovely, beautiful people that have been through some health challenges. And I've known Tobias for over 10 years now, which is just crazy to think of. So you guys are going to love them. They're two Aussies. And just the product that they've come up with is incredible. I've only had a couple of days to try it so far, and straight off, I'm already noticing a difference as well. Oh, magical. Wow, I would love to stay and spend the whole day with you guys. We've got a few things planned with the kids today, so I best be off, but I love you all. And if there's anything that you would like to look at further what we've talked about today, everything's in the description box below. So thank you so much for joining me. And thank you also for that beautiful, the beautiful donation, PJ. I so appreciate that. All right. Love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend.